Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Backroad Broadcasting's presentation of high school football. We're here back at the Rock, ready to start the 2024 Rock Creek High School football season. I'm Isaiah Dobbins, and back with me again this year is Judd McCormick.
Welcome back, everybody. How you doing, Isaiah?
I am ready for some football.
Ready for some football. It's been a long summer.
It has.
We'll see if I actually had to watch some football games just so I could kind of remember what football is all about. It seems like it's been so long since we've done a football game.
Yeah.
Last live broadcast we did was the 4A state championship baseball game.
Right.
The summer flew by. Didn't seem like that was that long ago
did.
that happened.
It did.
Here we are again, back for another season for Rock Creek Mustang football. Talk about a little bit of changes going on here in 4A. We talked about it a lot last year. We're actually 3A football. Mustangs are moving from the Mid-East League that no longer exists. They are a new member of the North Central Kansas League, the NCKL. So that's going to be a big change for them this year. As far as rule changes in high school football this year, no major rule changes really for this upcoming football season. However, Kansas State High School Activities Association is putting a bigger emphasis on the importance of sportsmanship and really kind of redefined the targeting rule and the defenseless player rule. So we'll kind of see how that plays out a little bit this season.
Playoffs for 3A will mostly be the same format, 8 divisions of 5 teams, 4 in the East and 4 in the West. 16 teams in the East and 16 teams in the West will make it to the Week 9 bracket playoff round. Seeding criteria for the districts are A, district placing, B, 8-game win-loss record, C, head-to-head results from games being considered for a seed, D, marginal point difference, plus minus 13 if B and C are equal.
Yeah, so not much different really for 3A going forward, but one of the big differences this year is going to be the higher-seeded team is actually going to host each playoff game leading up to the state championship this year. So that's a little bit different than years past. Speaking of state championships, that's also going to be slightly changed from last year. They've now been moved to 3 host cities. So the 6A, 5A, 4A championships will be held in Emporia State University's Welch Stadium Friday, November 29th, and then Saturday, November 30th, while the 3-2 1A championship games will be played at the Hutchinson Community College on Friday, November 29th to Saturday, November 30th. 3A game is scheduled for Saturday, November 30th. No time at this point given, but there'll be 2 games that day. And, of course, for those of you that may be listening in, the 8-man and 6-man championships will be played at Greensburg at the Kiowa County High School. They're one of the few schools, smaller schools, that actually have a turf field. So regardless of the weather, they can still get a championship game off.
So Mustangs in District 5 again this year. The only change to District 5 is the subtraction of the Hiawatha Redhawks and the addition of the Chapman Fighting Irish. All 4 of district games this year will actually be league games as well, now that the Mustangs have joined the North Central Kansas League. Mustangs will also be playing the Wamego Red Raiders and Abilene Cowboys this year to round off the full slate of NCKL games. Their 2 non-conference games will be on September 20th at Bonner Spring Braves and tonight's contest against the Bishop Ward Cyclones.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about tonight's team, talk about Bishop Ward Cyclones. They're a private school based out of Kansas City, Kansas area, and as a member of the Kaw Valley Conference. Cyclones last year were 3-6 with a Week 9 exit to Holton by a score of 19-60. They struggled a little bit last year on the offensive side of the ball. They only scored an average of 18.5 points in their 6 losses. They do have a new head coach this year with head coach Brandon Duff taking over. Although he's a new head coach, he's not new to the program. He was actually part of the Cyclones coaching staff last year as an assistant coach, serving as a wide receiver and defensive backs coach. He also comes with an exceptional background in strength and conditioning. I kind of looked it up a little bit. He was an assistant coach for an elite NFL combine training program, as well as a proctor for BSN National Scouting Combine and coach and proctor for the 2014 NUC Combine and Showcase. So
those are 2 things that look really good on a resume, I must say.
They do, and from what I could tell, it appears that he was a phenomenal athlete himself. He is a graduate from Hastings, and I believe he was a triple jump, so track and field, but he's also been involved in some baseball and some other things as well. So be interesting to see what the Cyclones got going on. They could have a different change with the offense this year. I'm not really sure. They did lose their leading rusher and their leading receiver off of last year's team, but if everything holds true, basically the offense, what we'll be looking at, is not terribly dissimilar to the Mustangs. We'll be running a lot of basically a pistol, power pistol, diamond sets. They're going to be running out a freshman quarterback, though. It looks like it's going to be a starter tonight, and we can talk about those here in just a little bit. I think we're getting close to about the 15-and-a-half minute mark before we get started with tonight's game. I'll let Isaiah talk a little bit about Rock Creek, why I hit my cough button. And
So Rock Creek went 6-4 last year with losses to Southeast Saline, Silver Lake Clay Center, and the regional round loss to Wichita Collegiate. Last year was kind of a rebuild year for the Mustangs. This year we'll see a few more established players at key skill positions. Starting coach Shane Siebens' 6th season as head coach of the Mustangs, where he's gone 30-20, looking for their 5th winning season in a row. Mustangs spread offense has put up some big numbers in the past few seasons, averaging 39 points a game last year. It seems in years past when the defense has done a great job, the offense struggles a little and vice versa. I think this year we'll see a more balanced offense defense that we will have seen in the past with the Mustangs, with returning players on both sides of the ball in key positions. The defense is set to be even better and better, most likely overlooked when opponents talk about and prepare for the Mustangs this season. There we go.
we've talked about it in the past. Yeah, sorry. Been a little under the weather this week, folks. I've been coughing a lot. My voice is a little bit scratchy, so that's why I crack a joke about a cough button. But, we always talked about when teams were looking at the Mustangs in the past, primarily they're looking at the offense. They put up, even Keisha Covered mentioned it was almost video game-esque numbers on the offensive side. And defense is often overlooked, but I was talking to Coach Shane Sieben before the game. We'll see how the night goes, but he actually thinks talent-wise and just maturity and awareness that he thinks maybe this is one of the better defenses that he's had since he's been a head coach.
And I would agree. I mean, each year, there's kind of a question mark coming into fall football season, but I think each year the Mustangs answer that with, whether it's on the offense or defensive end with a role player that steps up here or there. But Mustangs really looking to kind of get over that postseason hump. I know they were close a few years back. We had the Stoic matchup between them and Andale. That run-in. But they're close, man. The program Shane Siebens built here it's a winning season for sure.
Yeah, I believe they were 9-1 when they ran into Andale at that point in time. But we're going to step away for just a second while the Rock Creek Marching Band gets ready to play the national anthem. We'll be right back with you here on Backroads Broadcasting. As you can see there, the flag's flying at half-mast in honor of the Arkansas City firefighter Trevor Rusk. So as we were talking, before we took a quick break for the national anthem, we were talking about the Mustang football team a couple years ago, 9-1 before they ran into Andale. And that was kind of at the beginning of Andale's big run. Of course, we talked about it a lot the last couple years. Andale had gotten all the way up to 57 straight games. That actually, at that point in time, was leading the nation as the active win streak. And, of course, they run into Cheney, basically their rivals from a few miles down the road, that ended that streak finally in overtime. I believe that was the October 13th game, 36-30. So, therefore, ending the longest streak in the nation as well as Kansas. Longest streak in Kansas right now is actually owned by Axtell. So the Eagles at Axtell High now, I think, have the winningest or the longest active winning streak going on right now at 39 games coming into this season. I think they have 3 straight 8-man championships. So here we'll get ready for the starting lineup for tonight's game. Talking about defensive lineups for the Mustangs, offensive lineup for the Cyclones. So Cyclones starting a freshman, Freddie Conway, tonight at quarterback. And a new head coach, Brandon Duff, getting ready to coach his first game as a head coach for the Bishop Ward Cyclones. I don't know if you can hear the local PA announcer, but for the Mustangs, starting on defense tonight, it's going to be number 1 senior Eli Bell, number 3 junior Zion Bell, junior number 7 Ezra Spiller, sophomore number 13 Noah Valberg, junior number 15 Carson Taburin, senior number 29 Landon Snyder. I'll jump ahead of Dr. Bernheide here. Senior number 35 Cooper Sieben, junior number 51 Wade Rottinghouse, junior number 52 Nick Allen, senior number 61 Mason Faith, and junior number 64 Cole Greenwood. And we talk about Mason Faith coming back. Mason Faith basically was on a watch list for all of 3A football for Rock Creek. So he's going to be one to watch all year. He's actually been kind of in the middle of it all for several years now for the Mustangs. 2-way starter on offense and defense for Rock Creek.
And I will say, probably the coldest football senior picture out there. I was scrolling social media before the game. Same with the stack of pancakes, and he's taking a swig of Miss Butterworth's butter or maple syrup. So I mean, can't ask for anything better. That shouts out Mason Faith.
Yeah, 6'2", 265-pound lineman, Class 3A. He's definitely going to be a force up the middle, and hopefully protecting Mac Lee will be starting at quarterback, so making sure he's protected all season long. So Mason Faith was Mid-East League, first team all honors last year in offensive line. 2 straight years now he's had that. One of 4 starters back on that unit. So Mac Lee had 1,300 yards passing last year. A lot of offensive weapons that we're going to see this year from the Mustangs. Kind of curious how they get the ball rolling just a little bit here. Not really sure on defense what to expect out of the Cyclones. Again, like I said, last year they ran a lot of pistol, shotgun, diamond, power pistol. But again, leading rusher, leading receiver, and now it looks like the leading passer from last year's team is not actually a part of it as they are running out of freshman quarterback tonight. So speed of the game might be kind of an issue for them. So we're about 7 minutes away to kick off, about 4 minutes away from the coin toss here on Backroads Broadcasting. Again, I'm Judd McCormick.
And Isaiah Dobbins.
So we've been talking about a little bit of a recap from last year. Let's talk a little bit about some of the teams to watch out for this year. And, of course, I think whenever you're talking about 3A football year in and year out, I think the first team that comes on that list is probably going to be Andale. Even though they got knocked out last year, they lost their losing streak to Cheney and then got beat again later on in the season in the semifinal to Cheney again. Cheney, the defending 3A state champion. They had a pretty senior-heavy team, so a very strong team, but we'll see what they got going this year.
Yeah, it be a tough draw for the first week if you got to play Andale after that loss to Cheney last year.
Yeah, and
definitely gonna come out with a vengeance.
Yeah, and I think it's pretty common. What we've noticed a lot of times is that there's a big group of teams in the West that's always kind of vying for it, and in the East, it seems like the last few years it's kind of come down to Hayden or Holton.
Yeah.
Which one's it going to be, Hayden or Holton? Wellsville's had some pretty good teams in the past. Perry's had some pretty good teams in the past. But really, the last few years, it's Hayden and Holton. It's kind of what's come down to out of the East. And I don't imagine this year's going to be very much different. I think it's really going to come down to Hayden and Holton again. The West is kind of wide open. You're going to have really, really good teams. And Andale, you're going to have good teams at Cheney. You got Rock Creek here. Wichita Collegiate was really, really good last year. They only had 1 loss on the season prior to meeting Andale.
And they really grinded out that win last year over the Mustangs, too. I mean, the Mustangs really kind of came out him in the mouth, and then they answered well late in the game, offensive and defensively.
Yeah, I remember talking to the coach last year, and he was kind of asking me, he's like, well, what do you think about tonight's game? And I was like, these two teams have the exact same look. They ran the same offenses. Defenses about the same. I was like, really, I thought it was going to come down to whoever had the ball last or whoever had the least amount of turnovers. And all night long, it was back and forth, and finally, Wichita Collegiate cut a break with an interception for a touchdown late.
Yeah.
And then got another score right at the end. So
I know you're not big on NFL football, but it really reminded me of like Patrick Mahomes' rookie season. They played the Rams in the Coliseum out in L.A., and that game ended like I think it was like 59-58, some absurd, and that's what it reminded me of. I mean, two high-powered offenses, and even the defensive plays that they made too were keys to the game.
Yeah, I know Rock Creek came out on the losing end of it, but from an announcer's point of view, I thought it was a really, really fun game to watch. It was a really, really fun game to call. Wichita Collegiate had a really nice stadium down there. We introduced some replay during that game.
We did.
So we'll see if we can break that a little bit tonight. We'll try out some new things, replay, do some different camera angles here with Back Rows Broadcasting, see what we can get for you.
I think that was another highlight of last year was when they got replay working, seeing both the Codys like a kid on Christmas morning.
The excitement.
Yeah.
I think the best part was when you and I were both like, nah, I don't think that was a horse call tackle. Then we put the replay and we're both like, ooh.
Oh, yeah. Well, not only that, but I think it was Mendesco was running a slant, and then he ran it. Or no, it was one of the Wichita Collegiate offensive players ran it right off of the referee.
Way to use the pick play off the referee perfectly. Yeah, so we're just about a minute away here from the coin toss. Looks like the captains for Rock Creek is going to be number 8, Mac Lee, number 35, Cooper Sieben, number 61, Mason Faith, and it looks like number 26, Drew Becker. So Bishop Ward, looks like they got kind of a smaller group of players over there on the team. Probably not a lot of depth for the Cyclones. But again, week one, you can never overlook anybody. You got to be prepared for everything, especially as a new coach coming in. You just don't quite know what to expect. But I'm sure Coach Sieben has done everything he can to get his team prepared and ready to go for tonight.
Most definitely. And, shout out to Bishop Ward starting a freshman at quarterback. I look at that as like a diamond in the rough. It's the 6th round of your fantasy draft, and you get the player whose ceiling will be the highest. So definitely a player to watch here tonight's matchup.
Yeah, so it might throw a little bit of a wrinkle in the Mustangs defense early on. It certainly was a player they were preparing for. Not only is he a freshman quarterback, but he's a left-handed throwing quarterback. So, again, that kind of changes everything. So, a lot of their plays may be running in an opposite direction what they've been scouting for the last, couple weeks. But, again, you got a new coach coming in. Basically, he may have had a lot of returning players ready to go, maybe didn't, like the style, didn't like the direction or whatever, but he's going to do what he has to do to make the team his and get it going in the right direction. They're not that many years removed from being a powerhouse in 3A football. Just a few years ago, they were 9-0.
Right.
Going deep into the playoffs.
That the matchup, what was it, 3 years ago between the Mustangs and the Cyclones? It's a close contested matchup. It was the Mustangs' first round of the playoffs. Packed house as usual, but, Bishop Ward definitely gave them a run for their money. Mustangs did come out on top of that game, but a good contest all around.
Yeah, back in 2021, they actually met in Week 9, the first round of the playoff. That game was happening here, I believe. Mustangs end up winning that game 34-17, but that's, again, like you said, not really indicative of the game that was happening. It was a close game until the very end, and the Mustangs kind of got some plays right there at the end to kind of pull away and win that matchup against the Cyclones. So that was a long time ago. Completely different teams now, so we'll kind of see what's going on as we're out there getting directions from the referee before we get ready to go with the kickoff here on the home opener of the Rock Creek Mustangs here at the Rock on Back Rows Broadcasting. It's like Bishop Ward won the toss. They're going to elect to defer to the second half, so Mustangs will be on the north end of the football field receiving. Not much of a wind blowing tonight. They will be starting with the wind behind them, though. Beautiful evening here at the Rock for football.
Can't beat it. Sunny and 75. It's perfect.
I was about ready to break out my weather app, but I'll just accept sunny and 75 as we're good to go as the sun's setting down kind of behind the press box here.
That was according to my heads-up display in my car. So, if, 2013 Buick LaCrosse still updates their weather, then, hey, we're good. But if not, then, well.
And here I forgot my new truck new truck to me actually has the temperature on it. I always forget to look because I'm not used to all these new gadgets that I have.
Came with all the bells and whistles?
Came with plenty of bells and whistles.
There we
go.
Go.
Not maybe all of them, but more than I needed.
More than I needed.
But luckily I don't have to pay a subscription to, get a boost power or anything like that or special radio.
Yeah.
So getting ready for the kickoff here. Again, Mustangs will be receiving the ball here to start the ball game. Cyclones have deferred to the second half.
And with the Mustangs starting off with the first possession here, it's curious to see who will be the dynamic duo this year. I think in years past, with Dalton Whitworth and Ethan Burgess, I mean, that duo was dominant here. So we'll see what the Mustangs have here. I know Elijah Bell made some big plays last year for the Mustangs, but it looks like we're all set here for the 2024 opening season.
Yeah, we'll see. We know Mac Lee's starting at quarterback. Drew Becker probably starting in the backfield, but yeah, see who becomes one of the top receivers for him, see how they mix things up and kind of get the ball around and really try to do some misdirection on the Cyclones.
Drew Becker and Elijah Bell back deep for the Mustangs. And we are all underway here at the Rock. Short kick for the Cyclones. Takes a bounce. That'll be fielded by number 40 for the Mustangs, Jordy Scott. And Mustangs will set up shop right around the 35-yard line. So good field position here for the Mustang offense.
Yeah, so again, Mac Lee starting at quarterback. Drew Becker's your deep back. Bell split out to the left side. Guess it'd be the right side, close side.
Drew Becker gets the handoff. He's got daylight. Be well past the first down marker. Be slung down by number 6 of the Cyclones. That's Edward Freeman. Good start to the drive for the Mustangs. I have just been informed that we have replay.
We do have replay.
We got replay? We'll come back to it. Okay.
We'll come back
Stay
to
tuned,
it.
folks. So
we have that penalty.
So we got encroachment on the defense. So there we go. There's the replay. Nice run there by Drew Becker. Well utilized by the offensive line, getting downfield quickly. Here's Lee. Fires to his right to Bell. He's met immediately. Nice play defensively by number 13 of the Cyclones, Micah Neely. Bell coming in right around 6'2". Good form tackle there from the Cyclones. Gain of 3 on the play. 2nd and 2. 2 receivers at the bottom of your screen. Becker gets the handoff again. Bouncing off defenders, and another first down carry for the Mustangs. Looking pretty good here on this opening drive here, Judd.
Yeah, you know, Becker kind of struggled a little bit last year getting a run game going, but credit to the offensive line right there. They're giving him big holes to kind of get through, and he's doing some damage early on with his 2 carries.
And one thing I really like that the Mustangs do on their offensive possessions is they really do a good job mixing it up between the air and on the ground. Mac Lee fires for his intended target, number 40. That is Jordy Scott. Just let him a little too much there.
Yeah, Scott almost kind of had to turn into a defender on that one as it was going over his head. Defender had good position on him on the inside. We will have routes to victory here. We'll present those here pretty quick.
Becker in motion. Lee on the keeper up the middle. Be brought down by number 7 of the Cyclones, Rolando Calderon.
So pick up about 6 yards there for Lee. Mustangs quick at it, not wasting any time. Plays coming in, getting right back at it.
Bell, the lone receiver at the bottom of your screen, handoff to Becker. He's got a blocker, cuts back, running, and he'll be brought down just shy of the end zone. Tackled on the play by number 9, Keelan Overton of the Cyclones. Mustangs knocking on the end zone here early.
Yeah, Becker getting close to 50 yards rushing already in just the first possession for the Mustangs. So that was the one thing I think the Mustangs lacked last year was having an established run game.
Mac Lee on the quarterback keeper. He's in for 6. Mac Lee with the first points for the Mustangs here this season.
That touchdown is going to be brought to you by Sunflower Consulting and Bookkeeping. Running a business is tough. Keeping track of your books and payroll shouldn't be. Let Cheryl with Sunflower Consulting and Bookkeeping handle the numbers while you focus on what you do best. Give Cheryl a call today at 75-506-4008 to schedule a consultation.
And just a simple QB read there for Mac Lee. Nothing too crazy going on as far as extra movement between the receivers or backs out of the backfield, but good play call there by Coach Sieben. Mustangs up 7-0.
Yeah, and it looks like they ran a whole 2 minutes and 1 second off the clock. So, yeah, they were wasting no time.
Exactly.
So that kind of reminds me. Let's go ahead and get to the routes to victory for tonight's game if we can.
We got time.
We got Cody running ragged over there. So. So for Rock Creek, we want to protect the football. Don't give up the edge on defense. Turn everything back inside on those options and take what the defense gives you.
For the Cyclones, control the clock. Don't give up on the big plays and get pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, we know the Mustangs are going to be quick, so Cyclones may try to slow down their offense just a little bit, even though they run a similar style.
So back deep for the Cyclones was number 2, Devontae Davis, and number 18, Freddie Conway. And one of the things we've kind of see the kryptonite for the Mustangs has been their opposing teams really, taking long offensive possessions, taking a whole quarter if need be, 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes. And that has come to pay dividends down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, the best way to stop the Mustang offense is to keep them on the sideline as long as you possibly can, really. That's kind of how it's been in the past. So we'll see what the Cyclones do here again, coming out in the pistol formation with the freshman quarterback.
And give this to his tailback. We're going to have a flag on the play.
And a personal foul on the Mustangs. Illegal helmet contact there, so that's going to be a 15-yard penalty and a first down for the Cyclones. So we'll make a note in the scorebook on that. So 1st and 10 for the Cyclones from the 35.
Conway looking to his right. Bounces off. The defender fires downfield. Caught by number 17, or excuse me, that's 13, Micah Neely. So freshman quarterback Freddie Conway already showing some experience scrambling around the pocket, finding Neely for the first down.
Yeah, Mustangs have to pay attention. He's not a very big guy back there. He's only about, I think I looked it up, 5'8", 160 pounds, but didn't panic. Basically popped back outside. His receivers did the right thing, found the open space, and they got it to him.
Give us to Keelan Overton. Gain of a couple on the play. Nick Allen on the tackle for the Mustangs.
It's probably the hardest 1 yard you can pick up right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that right away the Mustangs realize they're going to have to stay with their man in coverage.
Split receivers either side. Man in motion, Davis, Conway. And this time, Mustangs will get to him. Ball is loose.
Yeah, we'll see who came up with that.
think it'll stay with the Cyclones. I believe that was Nick Allen again and Cole Greenwood on the hit for the Mustangs. Really leaving Conway nowhere to go, really.
Yeah, good job by the Mustangs there. Just collapsing that pocket quickly. You know they're going to get pressure on. Offensive line for the Cyclones. Pretty good size up there, but the speed of the defense of the Mustangs could wreak havoc on them.
Pocket collapsing. Conway steps up, fires down the field. He's got a man caught. That's Davis. Will be brought down by Bell, just shy of the end zone.
Another flag on the play. See if that's coming back. Gonna have a holding on the Cyclone, so that's coming back. But Eli Bell, once again, kind of giving up on the play, letting his receiver get behind him. Again, they're going to have a conversation about that, I'm sure, real soon, is to make sure that you don't leave your receivers too early, especially if you're out there in the corner. That's safety's job to come up and try to stop that quarterback. Stick with your man so you know he's across the line of scrimmage.
And just, kind of go back to basics there. Just keep everything in front of you.
So the holding penalty is going to push the Cyclones back another 10 yards. They're looking at about a 3rd and, let's see, 10, 26.
That's right. The scoreboard.
If you've never listened to Isaiah and I, you'll know that math is not our strong suit.
Conway fires over to his right. Good catch and run by Micah Neely. Gains back some of the lost yardage on the holding call.
It's going to make it about a 4th and
manageable. 4th and 13.
More like an 18.
Yeah, give or take. If I'll just add 5. If I say it's like 4th and 5, then it's really 4th and 10.
So we'll say they picked up 6 there. 4th and 20 coming up. Looks like they're going to go for it.
Oh, man, way off. Okay, here we go. Conway, audible.
Going into a Wildcat. They're going to be an offside there. Timing was off just a little bit on that play. I think that one's on the center.
So
almost looked like they tried to get a Canadian Football League running start there.
Yeah.
So that's going to push him back 5.
I think you think it's 5. 5 or 10, give or take.
Excuse me, I was in the middle of getting ready to cough there. Had to hit my button. So basically all the yardage they got on the previous pass play negated now. Just looking at a 4th and 25 for the Cyclones.
2 receivers split either side. We have a kind of a delayed snap. Conway rolling to his left. Hits his man. Makes a man miss. That was number 9, Keelan Overton, on the reception. Mustangs will take over.
Yeah, only picked up about 3 yards there. Yeah, it was an odd-looking play. It was like a delayed snap, and then after the snap was done, it was like the players were kind of slow getting moving.
Yeah.
Don't know if it was by design, but almost like a backdoor screen there kind of going.
It reminds me of all the classic trick plays that you see where they secretly hike it, and then the quarterback's just, taking steps like, okay, I got to go over to the sideline, talk to coach, and it just takes off on a sprint. But good field position here for the Mustangs on the second drive of the game. Lee, play action pass, fires deep downfield, in and out of the hands of his intended target. That's number 40, Jordy Scott.
Yeah, good touch. Definitely had him just, I think Scott kind of slowed down a little bit there and then took off again. I think if he was going full speed the whole time, it probably drops right over his shoulder. So, again, it's week 1, game 1. You can see a little bit of timing just a little bit here and there. So, Mustangs 2nd and 10, Mac Lee in the pistol. Becker back deep. Hand off to Becker to the left side. He's going to cut it back. He's going to wait to fight forward. See where they give him the spot. He actually fell forward about 3 extra yards, but it looks like they're going to back him up, only get him about a half a yard on that. So Becker right now, 4 carries, almost just shy of 50 yards already. Hard count's going to get the Cyclones off sides. So encroachment by the Cyclones. Push that forward 5 yards. Mustangs sitting at a 3rd and 5 now. We're going to have another encroachment right there. Mustangs should get a first down out of this. So it'll be a Mustang first down here for the Mustangs. 1st and 10 from the Cyclones. 37-yard line. Again, I don't think you change anything if you're the Mustangs. Hand off to Becker. Becker's found a seam. He's going to pick up right about 9 yards on the carry. Becker looks a lot more comfortable with the ball coming out of the backfield this year than last year. He's finding the seams and hitting and just running hard. Good north-south runner. And that's going to get whistled down. We're going to have a timeout called by the Cyclones. That'll be our first timeout of the game. The timeout's going to be brought to you by... We'll do AP Graphics. Finding the right teammate is critically important for your business. Those teammates take a load off your plate and make you and your business look that much better. One of those teammates is AP Graphics, formerly known as Advanced Promotions. The best screen printing and embroidery around. Polos, tees, uniforms, hats, and that's just the beginning. AP Graphics is that clutch teammate for so many reasons. Ask AP Graphics for hosting an online store for your team or business. AP Graphics, formerly Advanced Promotions, online at shopap.net or call 494-8282. That's AP Graphics. So we are back in action here. Mustangs 2nd and 2 on about the 28-yard line for the Cyclones. Threatening once again here in the first quarter. 6:02 left. Good penetration there by the defense. Mac Lee going to get sacked for about a 2-yard loss. On that sack is going to be number 53, Cesar Ramos. So I'll bring up 3rd and 4 for the Mustangs. Hand off to Drew Becker. He's going to be hit right at the line of scrimmage by number 9 there, Keelan Overton. He's only going to pick up about maybe a yard on the play. It'll be a 4th and 4 from the 30. Mackley and Becker looking to the sideline, get a new signal here on 4th down. Lee takes snap. That is just high, the intended target over there. Peter Martini. Mustang's going to turn it over on downs. So right now, Mustangs only 3 for 4 in the pass game, just missing a couple opportunities. Turn it over there on 4th down for the Cyclones. Coming back out for their second possession is going to be the freshman, Freddie Conway. Penalties was a big factor for the Cyclones in their first possession. See if they can clean it up just a little bit here. Mustang defense was putting good pressure on the freshman. He seemed to handle it pretty well. Cyclones in single back pistol set. That's going to be a low snap. That ball's on the ground. Conway's just going to dive on it and get to it. So it's going to be about a, looks like about an 8-yard loss. Remark about a 10-yard loss for the Cyclones. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 20 for the Cyclones. It's going to be a handoff to number 9, Overton. He's still working hard there along the sideline. He is still free. Mustangs having a hard time getting him down. Working hard there, picking up only 3 on the play, though. Maybe 4 yards there on the play, bringing up about a 4th and 16 for the Cyclones, or a 3rd and 16. Mustang defense, run defense is doing pretty good so far in the first quarter of the game. 3:43 left here in the first. Again, pistol set, single back, Overton in the backfield. Conway looking to his right. That's going to be picked off. And that's going to be returned for a touchdown by number 29, Landon Snyder. So Landon Snyder read that play all the way, jumped the receiver, picked it off, ran it in for about a 28-yard touchdown. Coming out for the point after attempt. I think there's been a number change. That is up, and that is good on the extra point. Mustangs taking a 14-0 lead here with 3:27 left to go in the first. This break in the action is going to be brought to you by Garden Center by Tossic Landscape. Garden Center by Tossic Landscape is your source for tools, soil, fertilizer, pest control, seeds, plants, flowers, trees, and shrubs. The Garden Center by Tossic Landscape has what you're looking for on site for that one-stop shopping experience. With helpful, friendly, and acknowledgeable staff on hand to answer any questions you may have about your landscape or garden project, visit them today at 4245 Appleyard Road. Be sure to follow their Facebook page for up-to-date information about hours of operations, current sales, and Garden Center events. Garden Center by Tossic Landscape, enriching lives through the outdoors. Mac Lee back to kick for the Mustangs here. 3:27 left in the first quarter. Mustangs up 14-0 over the Bishop Ward Cyclones. And another deep kick. This one's going to be playable from the goal line. He's going to elect to stay in there. Receiving that kick was number 2, Devontae Davis. Cyclones get ready to start their third possession. Here in the first quarter. Cyclones coming out here to start their third possession. Mustang defense so far has been doing a job, particularly on the run defense. Conway, freshman quarterback for the Cyclones. Again in the pistol single back set. He's got a receiver over the middle. Looks like the intended target there was number 13, Micah Neely. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Cyclones. Looks like our replay guru, Cody Liming, is joining me here on the broadcast. The handoff's going to be to number 9, Overton. He's going to pick up about 2 yards on the play.
Yeah, well, hello, everybody. This is Cody. Isaiah's on a work call right now, and I was running the replay, and we weren't really utilizing that, so I decided I might as well hop in and help out Isaiah when duty calls, I guess.
Everybody on our team's utility players. We all jump in wherever we can.
Athlete that's a position, right?
Yeah. 3rd and 8 for the Cyclones. Conway back to pass. Being rushed. He gets that off just in time over to Overton. But good job there by the Mustangs, lead by Valberg, to basically swallow that up. Loss of about, looks like 8 on the play. That's going to bring up about a 4th and 14 for the Cyclones.
And did I hear you correctly, Judd, that their quarterback is a freshman?
Yep, freshman left-handed quarterback. They had a junior quarterback last year that led the team. I do not see him there on the sideline this year. No news as to what potentially caused that. But, yeah, freshman quarterback here on a 4th and 14 for the Cyclones.
Mustang staying disciplined here, watching the ball. Don't want to jump off sides.
Yeah, another Wildcat there. Direct snap to Overton. That's going to be a quick, what we used to call pooch kick. And fair catch called there, and good job just covering that up by number 25.
Great fair catch there. It's
Or 29.
sometimes whenever the ball gets kicked at you, you don't know where it's going, and you just want to get on it and not turn it over, because coach would not be happy if you turn the ball over in a situation like that.
Yeah, it looks like the Mustangs prepared. Landon Snyder, number 29, was back already, kind of playing center field, so to speak, on the football field. Mac Lee coming back out, Mustangs' 3rd possession. Becker in the backfield, handoff to Becker. Bump off the back of Faith. He's going to go ahead and push forward just shy of the first down, about a 9.5-yard gain there for Becker.
And just a point of information, number 29, I actually was up at the school with him today for a Real U event. He's a great young man. I spent pretty much all day with him, so if his parents or his family are watching, he's a great young man. He did a good job raising him.
Becker out on the flat. First quick move makes the guy miss. Picked up about another 9 yards. Good for Mustang first down. So Becker there with about a 10-yard reception. Looks like I'm going to get the handoff of my duties as play-by-play. Back to Isaiah here.
We're back. Lee, quarterback keeper up the middle. Be slung down by number 9 of the Cyclones, Keelan Overton. 45 seconds remaining here, first quarter.
I'll turn your microphone back up there for you, Isaiah, so the rest of the world can hear you.
Thank you, sir. Here's Lee. Give to Becker. He'll be slung down by number 6 of the Cyclones, Edward Freeman.
Going to get the 7 yards he needs for the first down, though. Becker's been running really hard this game.
Not only that, but efficient, too. I mean, you saw the quick cut when he had the dump pass down here, advanced it up the field. I think we talked about it a little last year. Doesn't necessarily have all the flashy moves, but
yeah, to me, he just feels more comfortable in the backfield this year.
Yeah,
I think he's
definitely.
more comfortable with the plays, more comfortable with what's
Most
expected
definitely.
of him.
give is to number 9 of the Mustangs. That is Peter Martini. Not a lot of real estate on that one. Be a loss of yardage for the Mustangs.
Yeah, looks like they lost about 3 yards there. It's going to be the end of the first quarter. This break in the action is going to be brought to you by Faith Furniture.
Serving Manhattan and the surrounding area since 1952, Faith Furniture takes pride in the value, selection, knowledge, and family experience they share with all their customers. If you're looking for a full arrangement of quality name brand furniture for your living room, dining room, bedroom, or office, Faith Furniture has what you're looking for. With the full line up of furniture and mattresses in stock for pickup or delivery, stop by today to save at Faith Furniture, located at 302 East Points Avenue in Manhattan, Kansas. See them this weekend for the big Memorial Day sale. When it comes to buying new furniture, you got to have faith. After one quarter play, Mustangs up 14-0 here Lot of ball game left here for the Cyclones. It's gotten to this lead. Mustangs knocking on the end zone door again here after the turnover late there in the first quarter. Still got a whole half left.
Yeah, still got a whole quarter left to play in this half. Yeah, it's okay. Mustangs on a 2nd and 11 here to start the second quarter. Mac Lee in a shotgun.
Man in motion. Mac Lee, quarterback keeper, puts his head down. Did he get enough for the end zone?
And our replay guys aren't over there when I give them the replay signal after they told me, hey, we got replay. But it looks like he picked up about 10 on the play.
So Mustangs 2 yards to go. Give us to Becker. He's in.
1 yard run there by Becker for the touchdown.
As a offensive lineman, you always got to, have a grin on your face when you can get your running back in is good, when you got 2 yards to go to get to the end zone. But even better when they get in there untouched.
That touchdown brought to you by Sunflower Consulting and Bookkeeping. Running a business is tough. Keeping track of your books and payroll shouldn't be. Let Cheryl at Sunflower Consulting and Bookkeeping handle the numbers while you focus on what you do best. Give Cheryl a call today at 75-506-4008 to schedule a consultation.
Pendle is good for the extra point. 21-0, your new score. Mustangs up.
Yeah, he's wearing a different jersey number than what's on.
Yeah, it used to be 21, 20?
I have 23 in here,
23.
but what's he wearing, 31 out there?
Yeah.
Uniform change last minute. So Mustangs taking a 21-0 lead here, 11:34 left to go in the first half.
And really plays for the Mustangs here. Kind of just been, their bread and butter. Haven't dug into the playbook too much here as we're only in the second quarter. But, quarterback draws, Mac Lee up the middle going for 10 yards. Drew Becker getting it done as well. But, if they don't need to, open the playbook fully here in the opening week, they might not need to because they've had success here early.
Yeah, it's kind of a different offense than what you've seen. Like you've talked about, all the damage is coming on the ground. So we're used to the Mustangs kind of doing an air raid offense. And good return there by number 25, looked like.
That is – wait for –
or number 15, sorry.
15, you're good. That is Jalen Jefferson.
His jersey got quite stretchable jersey.
Yeah.
It looked like there was about
that's a sign of good jersey right there.
A 3-foot train on the back of that when it got grabbed.
I know this is a completely different sport, but I think about when NBA just went over to Nike jerseys, and then that first week that, it was opening weekend or whatever for NBA, and the jerseys were like breaking away at the littlest things. So,
oh, was it Nike or was it Fanatic? Because Fanatic has done the baseball jerseys and they're junk.
Yeah.
And
I think it was their first year in Nike jerseys.
Yeah, and now they're taking over hockey, and hockey practice jerseys are already ripping and tearing and they're junk. So,
quick screen pass over to Edward Freeman. Gain of a couple on the play.
Fact is, they whistled it down before he was even down. He ended up coming out of that pile ready to run some more.
Mustang defense looking about as good as their offense here, too. Had a few hiccups there early on. The big plays from Devontae Davis and Freddie Conway, but Mustangs, sticking to their base assignments and really limiting the Cyclones' offensive momentum. Three receivers near side. Conway fires. Ball is batted. He'll be hit as he throws.
Yeah, Mustangs came with a blitz there, and Conway just couldn't see. He actually had a couple men downfield. He had 3 receivers downfield, and there was only 2 Mustang defenders back. But good job, good timing there with the blitz by the Mustangs. Getting a sack and a loss of about 8 yards on the play.
And the pressure of the front 3 of the Mustangs paying dividends here.
3rd and 18 for the Cyclones. from their own 30-yard line.
Conway back to pass. Steps up, fires over the head of his intended target. That's Edward Freeman.
So not really sure what is going on with Eli Bell. He keeps grabbing his right hand, shaking it around a little bit. Hopefully there's nothing to that. Bell, a tremendous athlete, could be used on both sides of the ball.
Yeah. Very well could be, a face mask to the fingers or hand. That never feels too good. Conway rolling to his right, fires, caught by Edward Freeman. He's going to have enough for the first down. Big play on fourth down for the Cyclones.
Yeah, again, the defensive back for the Mustangs just giving up on the play too much. It was just a simple seam route right up the middle, nothing fancy. There was basically 4 defenders all around him, but nobody was really guarding him. Kind of getting caught maybe in a zone there, and 26-yard pickup there by the Cyclones. So we've seen them get it. If they can get a pass off, we've seen several times they have receivers downfield.
Yep. I was just getting ready to say if that O-line of the Cyclones can hold up for Conway and he has time. Not going to have time now, though, as he's slung down by number 16 of the Mustangs. That is Zach Whitesale.
Yeah, it's going to be a loss of about 11 yards there. So the Mustangs now with 4 sacks, basically pushing the Cyclones back, a grand total of about 38 yards. So, again, probably the best course of action for the Mustangs is keep blitzing, keep putting pressure on the quarterback because Conway has time to get a pass off. Right now the Mustangs secondary is still trying to get their stuff figured out just a little bit.
2 receivers at the bottom of your screen, 1 far side. Conway, play action pass. Fires for his intended target, Jalen Jefferson. Just a little early, pocket was collapsing there for Conway. Had Jefferson crossing over the middle of the field, that would have been good enough for a first down.
Yeah, Cyclones are finding a weak spot right now in the Mustang secondary. And, a better team, honestly, with, better timing and stuff like that, or second or third weekend of the season, that's going to get exploited quite a bit. So Mustangs are going to have to learn.
Definitely. And
make some adjustments there.
I think it's just a lack of communication on that secondary. We always had a code word when, nice break of a tackle there. That's Jefferson again. But we'd always have a code word when that receiver starts to crack towards the middle of the field. But, yeah, I think just, staying on base and sticking to the game plan for the Mustang secondary.
Yeah, that's going to be a pickup about 7 yards there for Jefferson on that reception. That's going to bring up about a 4th and 13 here for the Cyclones.
And very manageable for the Cyclones. We've, I'd say, about 15 to 20, 13 to 20 yards is kind of in their wheelhouse for plays down the stretch. Conway rolling to his left, fires deep down the field. What a catch for number 2, Devontae Davis, going up top. We see that one more time. Let's see that. There we go. Good pressure there from the Mustangs, but an even better ball from Conway. I mean, and the toe tap. We got to get a sideline camera on that side next time. I got to see that. I got to see that again, slow-mo.
Yeah, 37-yard pickup, good enough for a first down. That's going to give him first and goal from just inside the 10-yard line. Cyclones threatening here for the first time.
Conway drops back to pass, rolling left, fires for Davis again. That time, well defended. Number 13 on the destruction for the Mustangs, Noah Valberg. And I think if the Cyclones can get some points on the board here, whether it's a field goal or a touchdown, I mean, still looking, 2 possession game with the score here. Definitely in it. Especially the momentum they've been able to carry to keep drives alive on fourth down.
Yeah, fatigue could become a factor. I know there's a lot of guys playing on both sides of the ball for the Cyclones, but yeah, they certainly a touchdown right here would be Oh, and the ball's on the
loose.
ground.
I think Bell
I think
is
Bell's
on it.
right on the 1 yard line. Conway got popped right there at the end. He's a little slow getting up. I don't know if that's just disappointment or if it stung just a little bit, but Cyclones were threatened. Mustang defense, like so many other times we've seen in the past, bend but don't break. But actually, it looks like that was Overton there with the carry and the fumble. Mustangs will take over on the 2 yard line.
Plenty of time left here in the second quarter for the Mustangs as well. 7.5 minutes to play.
Mustangs deep in their own end zone. Here's where you'd like to see just a quick hit. Not a big fan of the pistol or the shotgun set for the Mustangs when they're in this situation, but that's what they run from all the time.
Give us to Becker. He'll gain some yardage. Mustangs still deep in their own territory.
Yeah, looks like he picked up about 3 yards there. Give him a little bit more.
Little breathing room there.
Little breathing room, so McLeod will probably be on the goal line when he takes a snap right here, so that's a positive.
Fires.
Well, that was a deflection. That's going to be an interception, I think. We'll see. I think the Cyclones just got it back on the 5 yard line.
And that pass was intended for number 6, Riker Zeller, but even better defensive play for the Cyclones.
So Cyclone's going to get it right back here. Unfortunately, I think McLeod had the guy he wanted right on the slant pattern, and unfortunately that ball was tipped in. Hello.
Hello, yeah.
Right in. We probably see a replay on that.
Yeah, for sure. We got it.
So tipped right there by the big man, number 73 right there.
And then scooped up by 7 of the Cyclones. That's Rolando Calderon.
So Pickens with the tip, Calderon with the interception. Here you got Conway. He's just going to do a keeper. He's going to pick up maybe about a yard. So 73 Pickens, sophomore, 6'1", 250 pounds, getting a hand up in a passing lane like you want all your defensive linemen to do, and it paid off there.
Yep.
Good job on the replay there, guys.
I think it's possible next time we see McLeod with a little Patrick Mahomes sidearm pocket, we'll see. Conway, quarterback keeper again, dancing, tries to go up the middle to no avail. Mustangs there to stop him. This will bring up about 3rd and 5 for the Cyclones.
Is it just me, or does it feel like these last 2 plays were a setup to a quarterback keeper where he's going to fake and then we're going to be a dump over the
Yep, a little pop pass or something like that.
Find a tight end just across the end zone?
Yeah. I mean, would go back to Devontae Davis. I'd look to get a individual matchup on the outside for him. I mean, he's made big plays time and time again for the Cyclones. Conway dropping back to pass, fires over the middle. Pass intended for, I believe that is Micah Neely. 4th and goal now for the Cyclones.
Mustangs kind of break right there. Number 10, Holmes for the Cyclones. He was split out wide to the lower side there. He ran a slant pattern and nobody was with him. Right-handed quarterback's probably looking right at him, but his back was to him from the left-handed side, just did not see him.
Split or 2 receivers either side. 4th and goal for the Cyclones. Conway drops back to pass. Pocket collapsing. He's going to be slung down by number 57 of the Mustangs. That is Corday Kirksey with a big stop for the Mustangs.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a holding penalty on the Cyclones. It's going to be declined. Mustangs are going to take that over. So good job by the Mustangs defense there, coming up big when they needed to. Getting another 8-yard sack, getting a turnover on 4th down.
And Mustangs will have a little more breathing room now on this offensive possession. Not so much into their own end zone, but 1st and 10, ball on the 19-yard line. Plenty of time left for the Mustangs to put more points on the board. Oh.
Not sure what was going on there. Ball come in from the sideline. Hit number 14 for the Cyclones, Navarrete. Right in the shoulder pad.
Keeping him honest.
He was already staring at the football on the field, ready to go.
Man in motion, McLeod on the keeper. Good hard run from Lee. Pick of about 4 or 5.
Yeah, I'll give him 5. Bring up 2nd and 5 for the Mustangs. Again, the run game for the Mustangs has been really effective tonight. Only about 15 yards passing, but over 100 yards already rushing. Mac Lee bobbles a little bit, fumbles, gets it picked up. Still going to pick up a couple yards here.
Looks like he might have enough for the first. Good little bit of improvisation from Mac Lee. Move the sticks for the Mustangs.
Actually kind of surprised they let that play keep going.
Yeah.
Good enough for a Mustang first down. Got about 5 minutes left here to go in the half. Clock running.
Lee back to pass, fires to his right. That'll be caught by number 40 of the Mustangs. That's Jordy Scott. .440 remaining here in the second quarter.
Pick up about 4 yards. Going to be a 2nd and long 5 or 6 yards.
3 receivers near side. Lee gives it to Becker. Be brought down immediately by number 73 of the Cyclones. That is Raphael Pickens.
Mustangs snap needs to be a little bit crisper. They've kind of floated back the lead the last few times. Need to get to him a little bit crisper, a little bit higher right into his hands. Center for the Mustangs looks like 64 Cole Greenwood.
Gonna have some movement. Believe they're gonna get the Cyclones there. Yep.
Another encroachment penalty. That's going to get it really close to the first down. I think they're going to be about a half a yard shy, so that's going to be about 3rd and half a yard for the Mustangs here.
Good hard count there from Lee.
Yeah, that's paid off several times. I mean, why not do it again?
Mm-hmm.
We've seen it happen twice in a row.
Yeah.
Early on in the first quarter.
That's kind of the one of the underrated things about football during the COVID era was, you know, not a lot of fans in the attendance, so you could really hear those hard counts well. Lee on the give to Becker. He'll have the first down.
He's carrying the pile with him. He's going to pick up about 9 yards for the first down there.
He'll be right at midfield, so approaching Cyclone territory. 3:30 remaining. Good drive here for the Mustangs. They really don't want to leave any time left on the clock for the Cyclones.
No, the goal is to score, but don't score too quickly, right? So they got a couple timeouts. Actually, they got all their timeouts left.
Lee back to pass, fires to Bell. Bell has it caught.
Stay in bounds.
Stay in bounds. Shrugs off one defender. He's off to the races. He is in for 6. That house call, Elijah Bell, and an instant replay.
Yeah, 50-yard touchdown reception there by Bell.
I think that right hand's doing just fine, if I do say so myself there, Judd.
See that on the replay right quick. See Bell. Oh.
Good catch
right
in
there.
stride. Get off me. To the house.
And we're back live. 4-point after attempt. Great pitch and catch there for the 50-yard touchdown pass from Lee to Bell.
I know I said it last year, but, man, that is replay so cool.
Sets it apart.
It's so cool. Shouts out to the Codys, man. Next, Judd and I just need some, like, Microsoft Surfaces and iPads so we can draw the X's and O's.
Oh, let's see. Ought to do a quick break in the action by Outdoor Bank.
We don't have the Romo report, so we'll do Judge Journal before game.
Judge Journal. Nobody wants to care about that. Outdoor Bank. They believe that connection with the outdoors is at the core of what it means to be human. It's where we work, play, relax, discover, and create memories. Outdoor Bank knows that you work hard and enjoy the activities that you love. That's why they offer flexible personal account options and meet your individual needs. Whether you're saving up for your next hunting trip, Planning a family vacation, their team of knowledgeable banking professionals is there to assist you every step of the way, providing personalized help and support to achieve your financial goals. Outdoor Bank, get out there. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. High kick there.
Davis on the reception.
Yeah, a little bit of a seam there.
Yeah.
Kind of closed up there right at the end. Cyclones got 3 minutes and 2 timeouts to navigate, try to get a score on the board before the end of the first half here. Cyclone player a little slow to get up. Now an official's timeout on the field.
Looks like it's Devontae Davis.
Oh, we have that
Cyclones.
timeout. Let's do a quick message from us here at Backroads Broadcasting.
Backroads Broadcasting is your primary partner for Rock Creek Mustang Sports, bringing the action home to you. While we're always working hard on ideas, innovations, and technologies to help our broadcast, we can always use help from our supporters and listeners. If you are looking for a live broadcast of a future event or interested in being a sponsor for future events, contact sales@brbc.live. We offer flexible ad packages, perpetual visibility online, and local targeted audience. If you have enjoyed any of our free broadcasts and would like to help out BRB, you can always donate through the Cash App, $BRBCL, or Venmo at BRBCL. Thank you for being part of the BRB community. Backroads Broadcasting, bringing the action home to you. Bringing the action
home to you. Generally, we have our YouTube and Facebook up so we can interact with the fans.
Oh. Conway falls on the muffled snap there. I think there's a Will.i.am song that's like, bring the action. I don't know the name of it, but that's what I think of whenever I read the Backroads Broadcasting slogan there.
Well, I'm glad I can jog a positive memory for you.
Yeah, you know.
That's the art of advertising right there, folks.
I will say, that new ad kind of just rolls off the tongue. Conway on the handoff to number 9, Keelan Overton.
Looks like he's going to pick up about 2 yards on the play. Again, Mustang rush defense getting the job done up front. Defensive line really getting a lot of pressure.
On those outside runs, the Mustangs really doing a good job of, defending it the textbook way. Have one guy turning it back inside and then the other guy there to make the play.
Minute 50 left to go here in the first half for the Cyclones.
Conway fires immediately to his left. What a hit there.
Bell was having none of it.
Bell.
Bell with my favorite line from Lord of the Rings saying, "You shall not pass."
So we're going to have a timeout on the field. What's this timeout brought to you by?
That timeout's going to be brought to you by Lyman Productions.
Founded in 2020, Lyman Productions specializes in wedding videography, event videography, and working with corporations and small businesses to create digital media products. Based out of Manhattan, Kansas, they are willing to travel wherever you need them. Let Lyman Productions capture all your special moments and compile the story you'll want to watch over and over. See their services and highlights at facebook.com/Lyman Productions. If you're looking for a studio space for photography, videography, or any other potential production, contact LP Studios today at 785-236-0535. Lyman Production, capturing stories for life. Lyman Productions also capturing replays for tonight's evening. Shout out Cody. Hey-o. So, minute and some change left here, second quarter. 4th and 14 for the Cyclones. Conway drops back to pass. Has time, fires over the middle. That's caught by number 2, Devontae Davis. Bounces off Bell. Spins back to his left, and he'll have the first down.
Lesson number 1 in tackling, wrap your arms around the player. Bell put quite a hit on there, but
Not only that, but, lowest man wins. And right there, Devontae Davis is the lowest man. Makes the big play on 4th down. And Devontae Davis really being the failsafe for the Cyclones. If they need a big play and a conversion on 4th down, they turn to him.
Yeah, he's got 2 receptions for about 67 yards, so he's kind of been that go-to. But again,
ball is out. Initial hit from 61 of the Mustangs. Jars it loose.
It's going to be Faith.
That's Mason Faith. Let's take another look at that one.
See a replay on that? Nope, no replay on that. We're switching up jobs over there. Again, we're all utility players except for me because I don't know how to do anything but talk. And I'm not very good at that sometimes. Mustangs take back over on about the 46-yard line.
Bell, the receiver at the bottom of your screen.
We're looking for a quick strike right here for the Mustangs. Again, that snap coming in low, having to make an adjustment. That's going to turn into an interception right there.
Zion Bell with a Brock Lesnar suplex. Holy cow.
So we've been talking about those snaps. They just kept getting lighter and lighter and lower. Basically on a timing pattern, that snap is off the ground, throws the timing off, and Holmes for the Cyclones able to pick up that interception. And, again, Mustangs turning it right back over. That'll be Lee's 2nd interception of the night.
Going to have a personal foul on the Mustangs. And
yeah, I'm pretty sure the over-the-shoulder tackle slam is probably.
Yeah. What I was going to say on that one, Holmes kind of already initially blew up the screen pass there. Would like to see Lee kind of use his feet or look for another option there. That was a little forced for the Mustangs there.
Yeah, and I'm not sure about that personal foul call. I mean, Holmes was already in the air, and so Bell was coming down with him. So it's a different story if he, picks him up and then throws him back down. That's going to be a hit right on Conway's arm.
51 on the recovery. Wade Rottinghouse falls on it. Man, that's your time to shine. That's a scoop and score opportunity for Wade Rottinghouse, but falls on it. Mustangs will take possession. I know, that's you got to make. That's your moment to shine right there. I know his eyes were probably about this big. So,
yeah, Conway for the Cyclones seems to be in a lot of pain after that. It was hit right on his throwing arm. I'll be honest with you, before the game, I did not see anybody else for the Cyclones throwing a ball. So I have no idea who the backup quarterback would be. My guess is probably one of the skill positions already, running back or receiver. Again, the snap coming in low, throwing the timing all off. Mustangs got to get that cleaned up. The last 3 possessions they've had,
it's been low.
It's been low, and again, when you got a timing pattern like they did the last time, if the snap's not getting to the quarterback, even when they made a couple plays in their last or the possession before last, Lee was stepping forward to take that snap.
Right.
So they should have already been having that conversation already, I think, on the sideline. But again, the snap continues to get weaker and lower throughout every series.
And not only that, but it's kind of thrown the whole timing off for the Mustangs. I mean, Lee was still able to get the pass off, but routine snap there. And that one just a little overthrown, his intended target Zeller. But that one play for the Mustangs is a lot more smoother there. Direct snap. You can kind of see how much of an impact that makes there for the Mustangs.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a much better snap, right where you wanted it, right to his hands, quick on the draw. Lee was looking to his right, and it looked to me like actually number 40 for the Mustangs, Jordy Scott, on the left side had a seam pattern going. It looked like he was wide open. Mackley just didn't see him. So another player for the Cyclones, slow to get up here. Why we have a little break. Looks like we may have a cramp, so hopefully not too bad. But while we're at that, let's go ahead and take a break in the action and go to Roach Media Group.
Roach Media Group, where media work is their true passion and the primary focus. Located in St. George, Kansas, they are a local, friendly, professional photographer with an assortment of packages available for your professional headshots, family and senior portraits, engagements, and weddings. Providing high-resolution image files or prints taken on location or in their studio, Roach Media Group can also provide professional edits. If you're a realtor, Roach Media Group is your local area expert in real estate photography and videography. Ask about the drone and 360 view camera tours when you reach out to them today at roachmediagroup.com or call 785-979-0527. Roach Media Group. Yeah, I think just a little bit of cramping there. Shot of pickle juice or some salted Gatorade do wonders there for him. But good to see him back up.
Yeah, I'm a big old school fan of the pickle juice myself.
Yeah. I tell you what, we introduced salted Gatorade my junior year.
Yeah.
And that was a bit of a surprise when you're expecting water and then you just get some salted Gatorade coming off to the sideline.
I'm going to be the expert on telling a 17-year-old athlete how not to get cramps when I got one on my foot just staying earlier. That's the kind of athleticism I have right now.
Pocket pressure coming, rolling. Oh, almost picked off by Juan Torres.
See what the flag is here.
I think this one might be coming back. I think it might be a holding on the Mustangs. We'll see here.
I don't know. It's thrown by the side judge. Could be a defensive holding. That's exactly what it looks like. It's going to be defensive holding there. So receiver trying to make the break on his play. That's going to be a 10-yard penalty. It's going to be a first down for the Mustangs.
So 32.9 seconds remaining.
So Mustangs probably only need about 15, 20 yards for a decent field goal attempt, I think, by Jackson Pendle. He's got quite a leg.
Mm-hmm. Lee going back to Bell.
Got him.
Tracking. Oh, just out of the hands. Hey. That would have been another house call for Elijah Bell there, had the step.
I think Holmes may have just got a finger on that there right at the end to knock that out or disrupt it just enough.
And Bell could be the early playmaker here for the Mustangs. I mean, they have had some size at the receiver position, but, I mean, Bell coming in at like 6'2", 6'3", so, I mean, really having that at the receiver, especially late in the game with an isolation, I mean, it's a nice weapon to have. Lee back to pass, fires to Bell. This time's caught.
Take a timeout right here, I think, for the Mustangs. Get the clock stopped at 21 seconds.
He'll be brought down by number 13, Micah Neely. I think Mustangs got, obviously with 21.1 seconds remaining, not going to drop any run plays here, but got enough for, I would say, 2 to 3 quick pass attempts. And then, like I said, line them up for the field goal.
Well, I mean, that was just a 22-yard play. Right now they're sitting on about the 26, 27. So, and it didn't take but, 8 seconds off the clock.
That's true, yeah.
Why not do a couple more seams or do a couple out patterns, get out of bounds? You know, you can do a 5-yard out, a 6-yard out, pick up a couple more yards here and there. Not using up a lot of clock. Big thing is, if you're going to throw over the middle, you got to make sure, you still got 2 timeouts, I believe, for the Mustangs.
Right.
I think the key right here is just not trying to force a ball into double coverage or anything like that and getting a turnover. You got an opportunity to go up by 5 touchdowns here at the beginning of the first, at the end of the first half.
Now, me personally, I would dig into the playbook here. A good old flea flicker would go a long way.
Takes a lot of time off the clock, but I think the speed of the Mustangs can get into that secondary pretty quick without having to do any trickery or chicanery.
Lee fires for Bell.
So there you go.
A little toe tap for Bell. You see that one more time? No? Oh, well, never mind.
So you got about a
We'll get it in post. We'll get it in post.
You want to do a replay on that? See the toe tap? So about a 20-yard pickup there again, like we were talking about. Bell to the outside, steps out of bounds, stops the clock without having to waste a timeout. So now the Mustangs, looks like they got first and goal just inside the 10-yard line. Shotgun formation for Lee, Becker right beside. Cyclones come with a blitz.
Rolling to his right, fires for his intended target. That's Jordy Scott.
So now I think you got one more shot at the end zone, and you can decide whether you want to take a field goal or just go ahead and take your last shot. But probably 2 more plays here.
Yeah.
Still have a timeout, so good news is you want to make sure you don't snap it over the quarterback's head. You want to keep everything in front. Still in field goal range of worst case scenario. Actually, they're not far from an extra point range right now.
Becker in motion. Lee, quarterback keeper.
He's
in.
So that's his second rushing touchdown out of the game. 10-yard quarterback keeper all the way there. The lane just opened up right for him. No problem whatsoever.
It's that 1 to 2 second delay on those quarterback keepers for Mac Lee, really catching the defense kind of asleep. I think, the last 4 or 5 plays from the offense were passes, and I think the Cyclones were expecting pass there.
Yeah, we can take another look at that after the extra point attempt here. Maybe not.
Maybe not, yeah. We'll get it in post. We got you.
I think our current replay basically looks at each individual play. The production team is trying some things, and Isaiah and I keep trying to throw more curveballs at them. This is how we work here at Backroads Broadcasting.
That's right.
Couldn't tell. Sometimes I decide that I'm the play-by-play guy, and Isaiah's like, hey, what's up?
Either or, man, Yin and yang over here, Judd.
That's why I make the no bucks.
That's why I make
6.1 seconds left to go here in the first half at the Rock. Mustangs with a commanding 35-0 lead over the Bishop Ward Cyclones. Cyclones with a very narrow roster over there. Not a lot of depth in the depth chart for them.
Mustang's going to try an onside kick.
They're going to get it back.
Ooh.
Oh, I think he
Close.
rolled back over on it with his legs.
Yeah. That was initially fielded by 55 Xavier Pickens of the Cyclones. Excuse me. That's 51 Brandon Aravalo.
Yeah, I think number 14, Chris Navarrete, ended up with it. Kind of on the backside of his legs, just squeeze and hold on.
Yeah.
So we'll see if Conway comes back out here for the Cyclones.
And, practicing during the week for an onside kick is one thing, but you're never actually ready until it happens.
Yeah.
It's like a game time readiness thing.
Looks like Overton is now back at quarterback. He's just going to take a knee, get him into the halftime. Don't want any more injuries.
So 35-0 your score going into the half.
Yeah, before we step away, again, we will have the camera going but won't have sound going because of copyright for the dance team and the band playing. We apologize for that. We will take one more quick break by maybe Faith Furniture. Look at my production team over there. They're trying to do 14 things. Guys are doing a great job. Faith Furniture, serving the Manhattan and surrounding area since 1952. Faith Furniture takes pride in the value, selection, and knowledge of family experience that they share with all their customers. If you're looking for a full arrangement of quality name brand furniture for your living room, dining room, bedroom, or office, Faith Furniture has what you're looking for. With a full lineup of furniture and mattresses in stock for pickup or delivery, stop by today and save at Faith Furniture, located at 302 East Points Avenue in Manhattan, Kansas. See them this weekend. Actually, they just got done with a big Labor Day sale. When it comes to buying new furniture, you got to have faith. And I believe when I came by there, they have some kind of deal going on with tax returns. So drive by 302 Points, take a look at their billboard there, and I think they'll match a tax return coming in on that. So Isaiah and I will step away here for halftime. We will, again, keep the cameras rolling for the band, but due to copyright infringement possibilities, we will not have the audio going. So we'll be back here in about 15 minutes with some stats from the first half, and we'll talk a little bit about what's going on around the state of Kansas in high school football. So we got to step away for now, but we'll BRB.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Back Row Broadcasting's presentation of high school football. Isaiah Dobbins and Judd McCormick here. Mustangs coming out to a 35-0 lead here out of halftime. As get you some scores from in and around the state of Kansas.
Yeah, before you do that right quick, let me just go ahead and run through some stats here right quick that I got. 35-0 Mustangs at halftime. Becker's got 12 carries, 91 yards. Lee, 7 carries, 44 yards. Lee is 6 for 16 for 121 yards through the air with 2 interceptions and a touchdown. That touchdown to Bell. Bell, 4 receptions, 96 yards. So not a lot of plays, but been effective when they needed to be.
So we have Walmego 21, Concordia 0. Let's see what else we can find. Junction City 48, Campus 0. Ottawa 21, Atchison 7. Derby 33, Hayes 7. Andale 60, El Dorado 0.
What was that collegiate score there? 16?
Yes. Yeah. Wichita Collegiate 15, Wellington 7. And then Rossville 10, Silver Lake 3, St. Mary's 24, Perry the Coppin 0. Clay Center 20, Abilene 0. As we're all set for second half action here at the Rock.
It's a good thing Andale didn't take, too long to get back into the
Yeah,
things.
I mean,
16
right,
at
right,
half.
Yeah. It's a
Cyclones set to receive here to start the second half. We'll see who they got coming out on the offensive side.
Old habits never die, I guess.
Pendle kicking off for the Mustangs. Normally Mac Lee doing the kicking, but that's going to be a touchback. So again, we always like to have our fans that are listening in, interacting with us. We have some comments brought up. All I'll say about the camera angles, we tried a new lens tonight. Perhaps it's zoomed in a bit too much. We'll try something different again next week. We do have a couple cameras down on the field to get goal line action, so we had to give a little bit to take a little bit. That's what we tried, and we're always trying new things here at Backroads Broadcasting within our $0 budget. But always glad you're joining us here on the free broadcast here on Backroads Broadcasting.
New quarterback in for the Cyclones. That'll be number 15, Jalen Jefferson.
Yeah, so we'll see if this changes up the offense for the Cyclones. Conway was pretty good scrambler, thrower, may change all to kind of a running style. We see, like I said, I didn't see anybody else warming up pregame other than Conway. Again, he got hit right on his throwing arm as he was releasing the ball. He is over on the sideline without pads on. He will not be back in action this game. I see him working his arm over there, maybe a shoulder.
Give is to Overton. I'll bring up third down for the Cyclones.
Did you just have to fight off a yawn there?
I did. I just tried to power through it. I was just too lazy to hit the button.
Thanks. Caused me to start laughing and coughing. Holding on the Cyclones there. That's going to be decline. That's going to bring up 3rd and 10 for the Cyclones.
Jefferson back to pass, rolling to his right. Jump pass to the middle. That'll be caught by number 10. Ball is loose.
Yep, Holmes coughed it up right there at the end.
Right into the hands of Landon Snyder of the Mustangs.
So Snyder with an interception for a touchdown and with a fumble recovery right there, negating the first possession of the second half for the Cyclones. Mustangs taking over in good position right here. They're going to be on the 31-yard line of the Cyclones.
Take another look at that one.
So it was a good initial catch there by Holmes. Just tried to do too much.
This is that initial hit from 51 of the Mustangs. That is Wade Rottinghouse. I think one side of the helmet just got right there on the ball. Mustangs take over, good field position. Mac Lee back to pass. Plenty of time, steps up, throws.
Yeah, that's going to be a defensive holding right there.
Intended target, Riker Zeller.
Go with a pass interference. He's all over him way before the ball got there. Mac Lee had good time there. Kind of going through his progressions and his checkoffs.
Really see the senior Mac Lee grow in the quarterback position from last year.
The score is currently 35-0 with 11 minutes go in the third.
First and 10 for the Mustangs. Lee, handoff to Becker, spins off one defender. Be brought down.
Yeah, Cyclones did a good job getting in the backfield on that one. Becker had no place to go, just trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, ended up losing 5 on it.
Keelan Overton on the stop for the Cyclones. Second and 10 for the Mustangs.
Becker now needs 15 yards here in the second half to get up over 100.
Lee back to pass. Steps up, fires for Zeller. Had a step on his man. Would have been good for 6. Just led him a little too much there. Third down coming up for the Mustangs. But what I was saying, and before we cut to that replay, I was saying Mac Lee looks a lot more comfortable in the pocket this year than last year. I think they were getting some things figured out at the quarterback position last year, but
yeah, I think it's just a matter of timing right now. It's the first game of the year, so getting everybody on track. Bell with the catch there for the touchdown. 20-yard reception.
Elijah Bell making a strong case for your wide receiver 1 on your fantasy team. 2 house calls here tonight.
Yeah, we're running through some technical pieces, but we will get the scoreboard back up here in just a moment. Pendle set for the extra point. Kind of a delay there. A little trouble getting it down. Curious what the flag's going to be. Not sure if there's a problem with the snap or what, but Rosa had a tough time getting it down in time for Pendle to get the kickoff. Waiting for the call from the official.
So unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense.
Mustangs got another shot. Half the distance here on the extra point.
Should just be a chip shot for Pendle. Kick is up. Kick is good.
That'll make the score 42-0 Mustangs over the Bishop Ward Cyclones here with 10 minutes, 17 seconds left to go in the third.
This break in the action is brought to you by AP Graphics. Finding the right teammate is critically important for your business. Those teammates take a load off your plate and make you and your business look that much better. One of those teammates is AP Graphics, formerly known as Advanced Promotions. The best screening, printing, and embroidery around. Polos, tees, uniforms, hats, and that's just the beginning. AP Graphics is that clutch teammate for so many reasons. Ask AP Graphics about hosting an online store for your team or business. AP Graphics, formerly known as Advanced Promotions, online at shop@ap.net or call 494-8282 AP Graphics. Here's Pendle on the kick. And that'll be another touchback. So Cyclones will set up shop on the 20-yard line. Their own 20. Just looking for a little bit of offensive momentum. Try to cut into this deficit. As I like to say, Goonies never say die, Judd.
Goonies never say die. But, Isaiah, I'm not a Goonie. Said to throw it out there. Been working on my radio voice.
That's good. Have some new substitutions in for the Mustangs. We're going to have penalty.
Let's see, I see
False start on the offense.
Was it 72, Isaiah Kazi?
Yep.
75, did I see that right out there?
Mm-hmm. That is
Alexis Prado?
Yep.
Yeah, let's see, do I see a 60?
I know you
Colby Poland?
need your binoculars.
I do need my binoculars. I'm trying to look out the right focal here. Let's see, who else we got in there?
That's some of the
I think most of the I think that's it. I think
Yeah.
most of the other D-backs
say
are.
secondary and linebackers. Similar cast and crew.
Guess we can look at our monitor that's zoomed in on the line.
Jefferson, quick pass to his right. Tackled by a host of Mustangs. Edward Freeman on the reception for the Cyclones.
It's going to bring up second down. It's going to put it at 2nd and 10. Again, score 42-0, 9 minutes, 45 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. We'll get the scoreboard back up on screen as soon as we can.
Devontae Davis, lone receiver at the bottom of your screen. Jefferson back to pass, rolling to his right. Pressure coming. Hit as he throws. Almost picked off there by Ezra Spiller.
Big hit by Taburin back there, coming from the
Blindside.
blind side corner, coming all the way down.
I tell you, that's a. I think it's one of the. I'm
Nope,
not going to say
nope,
one of the.
nope,
No,
nope,
not one of the greats.
nope,
No.
nope.
Oh wow. Okay.
All right, we're
never
not
mind.
even going to put that in the
We're
top
not
10
even-
of football movies.
We're not even gonna.
Absolutely not. I refuse. Number 66, Curtis Martini, coming into the game. Or at least I thought that's
is it
what
a
I saw
good
coming
football
in.
movie? Can we at least agree it's good? Or what do you give it out of 10?
I will give it a 4.
Wow.
Not a fan.
Jefferson rolling to his left.
Oh, good.
Fires over the middle.
Kind of a, not really a jump ball, but a slam ball. Looks like there's going to.
That was Neely on the reception and Torbieren on the hit there.
Yeah, Neely a little slow getting up there. Both met right to football. There are so many good football movies. That's why I could not even begin to say that that's.
That's understandable. So what do you, if you had to pick your like Mount Rushmore of football movies, what are your 4?
Oh, jeez. It's hard not to put Remember the Titans up there. I know that's my wife and kids' favorite movie, football-wise or sports. I don't know. I'm a big fan of the older ones. North Dallas 40, the original Longest Yard.
Rudy?
Rudy. It's hard not to put Rudy up there.
Yeah.
You know, you can always go a little bit crazy. My wife's a big fan of The Replacements. I found Unnecessary Roughness humorous back in the day.
Yeah.
Little Giants.
Jefferson on the pitch.
Mustang defense is just swarming to the ball right now. See if the Cyclones try to use that against them and use some kind of a play action or any kind of misdirection. But right now, it doesn't matter who the Mustangs are putting out there. They are just swarming to it right now. So I don't know. I got Facebook Live up. If you're watching in on Facebook Live, what are some of your favorite football movies if we've missed them here?
Don't put Blindside. It'll automatically get blocked, I guess, in the chat. No, just kidding. Jefferson back to pass, fires to his right. Jumping catch. I believe that's Neely on the reception. Host of Mustangs on the tackle.
No, my problem with the blind side is it was a good enough story the way it was. They didn't have to over-exaggerate it.
Understandable.
Michael Orr knew how to play football long before.
Right.
Was it the Tullies?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think they just over-Hollywood and sensationalized it a bit more.
So my senior year for team building, we went out and saw When the Game Stands Tall. That was a good one, too. About Palo Alto, I think, team in California.
Oh, yeah? Oh, good scramble there.
Yeah, really good scramble there by Jefferson. Be brought down just shy of the first down marker.
Pick up about 7 yards there. Not real comfortable throwing the ball. Probably hasn't gotten a lot of reps back there, but good awareness. And again, Mustangs are coming so hard. Doesn't have a lot of time to really kind of go through his progressions. Essentially, he's got one look, and if they're not open, he's pretty much got to go. Of course, remember the Titans. Yeah, always a good one. Brian's song. There's a good one. I think we talked about that. Gale Sayers, Brian Piccolo, Chicago Bears. Jefferson, there's a good toss over there to the right side. And number 9, Overton. They pick up about 7 yards, 8 yards. So I think right now, if you're the Mustangs, give me a second while I call. Really want to kind of stay focused on the game. Don't let the game get out of hand. I know you're cycling other players in there, but want everybody to get their reps in, but really stay focused on what they're trying to do, fill their gaps, do their roles, keep playing the games they're supposed to be playing. You don't want anybody to get hurt at this stage of the game. 42-point lead with less than half the third quarter gone.
Jefferson scrambling to his right, cuts back left. He's got daylight, crossing the 40, 30, 20, and he'll be shoved out of bounds or chased out of bounds by number 3 of the Mustangs. That is Zion Bell.
That was the biggest play of the night for the Cyclones. They had a couple big ones in the first half. They were called back on penalties. Had a really good 50-some-yard pass that's called back on a holding, but good scramble there by Jefferson. Able to see the field well once he's kind of on the move with his feet.
Yeah, I mean, really answered the call at quarterback position. And you and I were thinking kind of a bit of a question mark on who would play backup quarterback, but Jefferson really stepping in, throws it middle. Pass was tipped, almost caught on the second chance effort by number 13 of the Cyclones, Micah Neely.
Yeah, we kind of assumed it would be another skill player or back, running back or receiver. It seems to be kind of the case a lot of times, even at the college level. Kind of your emergency quarterbacks usually seems like some kind of wide receiver or something that's converted.
Yeah.
Looks like we may have cramping again going on. While we have that, we'll go ahead and take a break in the action. We'll get you brought in by Tossic Landscape.
Tossic Landscape specializes in high-quality landscape, irrigation installs, and much more. Their team of experienced professionals specialize in all aspects of landscaping. Whatever your landscaping needs are, large or small, Tossic Landscape is there to help. Contact them today at 785-564-1727. Schedule a free consultation to start transforming your outdoor space into the oasis of your dreams. You can also visit their website at www.tossiclandscape.com for a full list of products and services located at 4245 Appleyard Road, Tossic Landscape, enriching lives through the outdoors.
Friday Night Lights. We talk about it all the time. How did we not mention Friday Night Lights as a movie?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yes, it was a movie before a series,
That's
folks.
right. That's right. Movie way better than the series, I will say.
Ooh.
I will say. I'm OG, so.
I don't know. Series was really, really good. I'm a big Kyle Chandler fan. Of course, they brought back Connie Britton, who's amazing as wife. But, yeah, Friday Night Lights.
Oh, here's another
Permian High School football
movie. Gridiron Gang's a good one. The Rock. It's not a bad football movie. It's a feel-good movie.
You can clearly tell that we are from different generations of sports.
Yeah. Well, I mean.
Guess we're from different generations. It's okay, Isaiah. You can say it. Just Judd is old.
I mean,
10-yard scramble there by Jefferson again. Actually, about 11-yard. Going to pick up first down. Be just outside. About the 12-yard line.
But I will say I've seen those. Those are the ones you are listing are classics. Not only talking football movies, but sports movies in general. I mean.
All right. So then you get into the gray area. Jerry Maguire, is that a football movie or is that a rom-com?
I think it's both. It's like when you're asking if Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
It's not a Christmas movie.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
No.
Comments are coming in now.
No.
There they go.
Did they get him stop? I think he got enough for the first down there. Overton picks up about 2 yards, just enough for the first down. Just outside of the 10, there's pick up another first down by looks like about half the length of a football. It's a movie that takes place at Christmas.
I figured that would at least get a few comments.
Everybody at home's either tuned us out.
They're like, what? Pulled up a broadcast for football, and we're talking about Christmas movies.
Nice fade
Nice
on the back.
catch.
It's going to be just.
Get it?
Oh, he got his foot down. Touchdown. Cyclones.
If we got the replay up.
Let's see a replay
I
of
would
that
like
if
to
we
see
got
that
it.
again.
Let's
What
see
a
what we
catch
got.
from number 10.
Holmes,
Tyler Holmes.
back corner.
Climbing the ladder.
So here we go. Good pass to Jefferson.
Woo-wee. It's close.
We'll give it to him.
What a catch, though. Went up.
I think they were looking at the wrong chalk line back there, but that's all right. That was a great throw, great catch. Cyclones on the board. Good throw from Jefferson. Good catch from Holmes.
Alfredo Delgado on for the extra point.
Receiver trying to get his gloves off so he can catch the ball. It's Davis is the holder. Gets it down. Like it's up and good.
So after the catch in the back of the end zone for Holmes, 42-7, your score, 3:54 remaining here, third quarter.
Yeah, breaking the action. We're going to bring that by Faith Furniture.
Serving Manhattan and the surrounding area since 1952, Faith Furniture takes pride in the value, selection, knowledge, and family experience they share with all their customers. If you're looking for a full arrangement of quality name brand furniture for your living room, dining room, bedroom, or office, Faith Furniture has what you're looking for. With a full lineup of furniture and mattresses in stock for pickup or delivery, stop by today and save at Faith Furniture, located at 302 Poins Avenue in Manhattan, Kansas. See them this weekend for deals. When it comes to buying new furniture, you got to have faith.
I mean, Saturday's a shopping day for furniture, right?
Yeah.
Or a Friday night, head on into Faith Furniture this weekend, see what kind of deals they got going on. Like I said, I think they have something going on with your tax returns. I think they got some kind of special deal with percent of tax returns gives you a % discount. I hope I'm not misremembering that. If I am, Travis, I apologize. But going in there to Faith Furniture and tell them the Backroads guys sent you. Yeah, Ryan, I think they were looking at the wrong line on the back line there, but high school football, we don't have a back judge, so they kind of have to question themselves. And never thought I would say this, but they don't have the luxury of replay like we do.
Kickoff return by number 25 for the Mustangs, Jacob Perkins.
So it looks like Gavin Rosa will be coming in at quarterback.
Mr. Cool.
Got some wholesale changes for the Mustang offense. Zion Bell will be the running back. Good toss outside to Perkins.
So some more end of third quarter scores. Rossville 13, Silver Lake 10. Heston 21, Halstead 7. Dodge City 24, Woodward 6. Beloit 32, Lions 0. Cheney 25, Holcomb 0. Council Grove 26, Wabaunsee 7. And as more scores continue to get updated, give you the latest coverage here on Backroads Broadcasting.
Rosa toss the outside to Perkins, going to pick up about, thought they originally picked up about 2 yards, but it doesn't look like they're going to give them forward momentum. Makes no sense to me, but that's fine. 3rd and 12 now for the Mustangs. Gavin Rosa, the quarterback. Zion Bell in the backfield. They have encroachment there on the Cyclones. Receiver is going to be Riker Zeller, Jacob Perkins, Peter Martini.
And then Zion Bell at halfback.
Nah, and then Jackson Pindle with his number changed, throwing me off again.
Zeller catches the pass over the middle. Good enough for a Mustang first down. Zeller relatively quiet here this evening. Good to get him involved.
Yeah, good 19-yard throw there. Just looking at the comment by Ryan on Facebook, 3 hours away, still trying to be heard.
Gives it to Zion Bell. He's got daylight
He's
up
got
the left
steam.
side. And he is in for the touchdown.
25-yard run there by Bell.
Hey,
And a Mustang touchdown. Take another look at it. Maybe. So good job by the offensive line there on the left side. Good seal-off block there by Zeller. Really got him to the corner and easy touchdown.
Yeah.
25 yards out from Bell.
I was like, Bell didn't even get out of second gear there. Just kind of coasting into the touchdown.
Actually, that was Peter Martini out there sealing off the end. Sorry, that was number 9. I would say that I probably could have made it in after that block on the edge, but I could not have. Rosa with the hold. Pindle with the kick. An extra point is good. Extending the Mustang lead back out to 42. 49-7 here with 2 minutes, 12 seconds left to go in the third. This breaking the action brought to you by Outdoor Bank.
At Outdoor Bank, they believe that a connection with the outdoors is the core of what it means to be human. It's where we work, play, relax, discover, and create memories. Outdoor Bank knows that you work hard to enjoy the activities you love. That's why they offer flexible personal account options that meet your individual needs. Whether you're saving up for your next hunting trip or planning a family vacation, their team of knowledgeable banking professionals is there to assist you every step of the way. providing personalized service and support to help you achieve your financial goals. Outdoor Bank, get out there. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. I will say it is kind of cool to say member FDIC and equal housing lender. I always hear it on commercials, and you know,
You have to
I'm
give it
on
a
the phone
slightly
with my
different,
bank.
slightly
Oh
different
yeah,
tone.
oh yeah,
Remember FDIC.
yeah,
and
that's
equal
right.
housing lender. Drop down an octave.
And then they ask you, why are you reading it that way? It just something came over me. I don't know.
It's natural.
It's natural.
It's going to be right at the end zone. And an automatic touchback there for the Cyclones. Wildcats. That was a good movie, right? I'm not sure not all of us could talk about the movie Wildcats probably on a high school broadcast, but yeah, that was a good. I actually really liked Wildcats. Goldie Hawn is the head high school football coach. Central High Wildcats.
So some more end of third quarter scores here. Great Bend 28, McPherson 6, Andale 68, El Dorado 7, Andover 21, Coppin 21, Heston 21, Halstead 14, St. Mary's 24, Perry Compton 0, Pratt 24, Hoisington 3, and Council Grove 34, while Bunsey 7. Jefferson hit as he throws.
Trying to direct traffic there just a little bit, trying to get the receiver to come back. Sometimes you can be too calm in a pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wildcats. Let's see. Woody Harrelson. Who's the guy that played Blade? Wesley Snipes. It's all coming back to me now.
Jefferson on the pitch to
Overton.
Loses his footing.
Football. Wildcats. Invincible. That wasn't bad if you're a fan of Marky Mark. All the right moves if you're a fan of Tom Cruise or Leah Thompson.
Jefferson rolling to his right, open field, fires. I'll be caught by Holmes again. Holmes versus speed. Well past the first down markers.
Yeah, good 30-yard pickup there. He probably could have ran for 20 before he actually threw it. He was wide open there on the right side.
So 1st and 10, ball in the 45 for the Cyclones. Just under a minute to play. Jefferson fires over the middle. That'll be picked by number 13, the Mustangs, Noah Valberg. Turns on the Jets up the left side. And he is in for 6. Pick 6 for Noah Valberg. Goes the distance. Kind of the exclamation point here on this third quarter.
Third half, yeah. Yeah, about a 57-yard interception return. There was nobody between him and the end zone when he got that. Normally you see a pick 6. It happens inside their own 20, but, yeah, that was a midfield. And that could be the first time I've seen the Jets turned on there by Valberg. He was flying. Again, we got a player down in a cramping situation, so.
I saw him catch it, and then I looked down to confirm the name with the number, and then he was pretty much at the end zone, so. But.
While they're tending to the player on the field, we're going to step away right quick. Well, I'll step away. I'll let Isaiah keep working. Bring you a message from Backroads Broadcasting.
Backroads Broadcasting is your primary partner for Rock Creek Mustang Sports, bringing the action home to you. While we are always working hard on ideas, innovations, and technologies to help our broadcasts, we can always use help from our supporters and listeners. If you are looking for a live broadcast of your future event or interested in being a sponsor for future events, contact sales@brbc.live. We offer flexible ad packages, perpetual visibility online, and local targeted audience. If you have enjoyed any of our free broadcasts and would like to help out BRB, you can always donate through Cash App, $BRBCL, or Venmo at BRBCL. Thank you for being a part of the BRB community. Backroads Broadcasting, bringing the action home to you.
Yeah, and actually pretty soon I think we're going to have a team store. We're going to start selling some gear, sweatshirts, T-shirts, hats. So hopefully by the
Judd and Isaiah bobbleheads.
Is this the joke where we put in where your bobblehead's twice as big as mine?
Yeah, probably. That's a good joke.
If you've ever had to order a hat for Isaiah, you'd realize that
Yeah, it's
not a standard size.
Yeah, I need like 2 extra snaps. That's being generous. But kick is up, kick is good.
It's all in good fun, folks.
Oh, it is. It is.
Isaiah's got a big head, and I'm old.
Cooking up an old joke here. It's in the works. Can't let Judd know my next move.
You'll never see it coming. 43.8 here left in the third.
So Mustangs extend their lead 56-7. If you're just joining us, 43.8 seconds remaining here, fourth quarter. Back deep for the Cyclones, number 13, Micah Neely, and number 2, Devontae Davis.
Yeah, good home opener here for the Mustangs tonight.
I'd agree. I mean, it kind of looks like they really haven't lost a stride from last year. You know, I think, like we said in the pregame, there'd be kind of a question mark this season of who the Mustangs would be, what their weapons would be, and picking up right where they left off last season.
Yeah, and I'm sure the coaches will, they'll look at the game film and they'll find a lot of things that they need to tweak or clean up. But, from a less than average knowledgeable person sitting here in the press box, to me, the only things I really saw early on was, secondary was giving up on a play a little bit too early, thinking the quarterbacks were either down or whatever, leaving their receivers open a little bit. And, the snaps there for a little bit in the second quarter were a little bit weak, throwing off timing just a little bit. But other than that, for first game of the year, I think you got to be pretty pleased with the Mustangs. Got 2 interceptions for touchdowns. You basically you've created 6 turnovers total, 2 interceptions, 4 fumbles. Yeah, you've had a couple of your own, but, one of those interceptions was a bad luck tip ball, and the other one was probably more just the timing being thrown off.
Right. And one thing I will say that I really did like from the defense was just the intensity. I mean, you have 4 or 5 guys that are flying to the ball.
Yeah, we're going to have a late substitution there.
But
let's see if they got a timeout. How are they going to call a timeout? Give it to them before they do that. Hold on to that thought. While we have a timeout, let's go ahead and go to Limey Productions.
Founded in 2020, Limey Productions specializes in wedding videography, event videography, and working with corporations and small businesses to create digital media products based out of Manhattan, Kansas. They're willing to travel to wherever you need them. Let Limey Productions capture all your special moments and compile the story you'll want to watch over and over. See their services and highlights at facebook.com/Limey Productions. If you are looking for a studio space for photography, videography, or any other potential production, contact LP Studios today at 785-236-0535. Liming Productions, capturing stories for life.
Maybe we ought to do a Meet the Team reenactment of one of those football movies.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cat's out of the bag. Meet the Team Part 2 this year.
Yeah.
The smashing sequel.
I think we're already halfway down the path of, say,
to what
The Longest Yard, probably.
Critics are raving as an emotional roller coaster and overall certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes.
Certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. Dick up punch of the emotion.
That's right. Oh, man.
It'll make you cry like allergies in springtime. 37.5 left to go here in the third quarter. Mustangs 56-7 lead here over the Bishop Ward Cyclones. Thank you again for joining us here on Backroads Broadcasting. I'm Judd McCormick here with Isaiah Dobbins. First broadcast of the year. Probably getting a little bit goofy. We'll get back on track right here, right now.
Jefferson fires to his right. He's got a man downfield. That's Holmes again, just off the fingertips. And nothing but green grass ahead there for Tyler Holmes.
Yeah. So during the warm-ups, they kind of had a problem dropping a lot of balls as they were running through their warm-ups, the catches, the receivers. Looked like there was a little miscommunication. Jefferson looked like he turned to do a fake handoff to a running back that wasn't on the same side. Again, you had a player playing out of position, but valiant effort, doing a great job, I think, keeping his team active, trying to play the game, trying to get their reps in. You know, they've had a couple good highlight plays here in the second half, so hats off to the Cyclones. And Jefferson for what he's managed to achieve so far is coming in for the injured freshman Conway. That's a good ball right there.
For Davis. Oh, had it initially. Just lost it there, and that was.
I'd like to see a replay on that. Do we have a replay on that, Cody? That was a good ball. I looked like that was dropping right in his hands. I'm curious if the Mustangs were able to get a hand in there and break that up, or instant replay.
I mean,
as soon as that came out of his hand, I thought that looked good.
No,
I think he just
secured it.
Just dropped it. Mustangs caught two big breaks right there. That was a good ball right there by Jefferson.
That was 2 seconds after the snap count, and he already knew. He saw he had the step and just let her fly. Jefferson back to pass again, rolling to his right. Jump pass down the middle. And this time is intended target number 6, Edward Freeman. Can't come away with it. That'll take us to the end of the third. After 3 quarters of play, 56-7 your score. This third quarter action is brought to you by Roach Media Group. Roach Media Group, where media is their true passion and their primary focus. Located in St. George, Kansas, they are your local, friendly, professional photographer with an assortment of packages available for professional headshots, family and senior portraits, engagements, and weddings. Providing high-resolution image files or prints taken on location or in their studio, Roach Media Group can also provide professional edits. If you're a realtor, Roach Media Group is your local area expert in real estate photography and videography. Ask about the drone and 360 view camera tours when you reach out to them today at roachmediagroup.com or call 785-979-0527. Roach Media Group.
No tagline here.
Just read what's on the paper.
Yeah, we haven't given him a tagline.
Sometimes
yet.
I can't even do that, I feel like.
I've tried to throw a few taglines out there for him during baseball and softball seasons, and I guess none have just stuck. Yeah, we're taking the pictures so you don't have to.
There you go.
Start of the fourth quarter here. 56-7 Mustangs. A whole flock of substitutions in for the Mustangs here.
Jefferson, another deep ball for Davis. Just a little too much air under that one. Mustangs will take over on downs.
Yeah, number 21, Lawson Pinnock there on the coverage. Matching stride for stride up the sideline. Mustangs take it over in great field position. 1st and 10 from the Cyclone 30.
I think 15, Jalen Jefferson. Definitely could be getting some future reps at quarterback for the Cyclones. I mean, he's looked pretty natural in the quarterback position. A little bit of a deep ball threat, too. I mean, deep balls have been right on the money.
Yeah, he's got a good arm.
Good first down run for Jordy Scott.
bring up second and manageable for the Mustangs. Some final scores. Junction City 55, Campus 0. Inman 15, Trinity Catholic 0. Goddard 7, Mays 3. Wellsville 49, Anderson County 0. Marysville 16, Nemaha 8. Victoria 48, Nest City 0. Royal Valley 18, Hiawatha 13. And Andale El Dorado 68-7. Great Bend 28, McPherson 6. Law Free State 12, Shawnee Mission East 3.
Law Lawrence. First down for the Mustangs.
Here's Rosa on the quarterback keeper.
And I think all of my cough meds are wearing off as we speak.
Breaking the action for Cyclone down on the field.
While we are waiting for that player to be tended to, we'll step away with a message here from
Faith Furniture. Serving Manhattan and the surrounding area since 1952. Faith Furniture takes pride in the value, selection, knowledge, and family experience they share with all their customers. If you're looking for a full arrangement of quality brand furniture for your living room, dining room, bedroom, or office, Faith Furniture has what you're looking for. With a full lineup of furniture and mattresses in stock for pickup or delivery, stop by today and save at Faith Furniture, located at 302 East Points Avenue in Manhattan, Kansas. See them this weekend, or next weekend, following weekend. When it comes to buying new furniture, you got to have faith.
Isaiah.
Judd.
We are Marshall.
Yeah, I can't believe we forgot that one.
No doubt.
Did someone comment that?
No.
Oh.
I just forgot how many good movies there were as I started scrolling through here.
Yeah.
Here's another good one.
I'm ready.
You ready? You want me to give you a quote from the movie, or you just want me to tell you the movie?
If you give me a quote, I probably won't get it, and then you'll look at me with disdain.
Miss Davis, you go to the prom with me? Oh, it's right on the tip of your tongue.
Yeah.
I got my cat scanned.
I'm thinking.
Oh, my gosh.
I might have to phone a friend.
Phone a friend?
Phone somebody in the comments.
I'm sure somebody out there in the Facebook world get that. Oh my God, who's that at my window but the star quarterback? Can't tell you the rest. Give it away. Your phoning a friend is Google. Ooh.
No, I was just looking up football movies.
Tweeter, you better get out of bounds. Still nothing? Oh my gosh, Varsity Blues, man. Gavin Rosa takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff. Scott with a rush up the middle, going to pick up about 3 more yards, bringing up third and say a long one, 2 yards. Didn't get a single one of my Varsity Blues quotes, huh? Disappointed in myself.
Rosa on the keeper.
Good read there by Rosa. That was option. He read the middle linebacker, went with the running back, left it wide open for him to walk right in on what appears to be about an 11-yard touchdown run.
Not only that, but these kind of QB reads for the Mustangs are really paid dividends tonight. I mean, when they're inside the 10-yard line or in the red zone, that's kind of been their bread and butter here this evening.
Yeah, and the good news is it's not just happening from your starting 11, right? So you've got some of your backups in are getting quality time, and they're making the same reads. And anytime you can have your twos and your threes in against the other team's ones, are playing hard and still coming at you.
Right. Well, not only that, but, I mean, to have your secondary quarterback be the starter last year at one point, Rosa and Lee were mixing and matching last year, and Rosa got some quality possessions in that Wichita Collegiate game last year. Really kind of the calm, cool, collected quarterback for the Mustangs last year.
So we'll have a continuous clock now running 63-7 Mustangs here in the fourth quarter. Last 8 minutes of the game probably go relatively quick as continuous running clock goes.
Breaking the Actions brought to you by Judd's Cough Button.
Yeah, sorry. Mucinex, long-lasting.
Yeah, I was
That's
gonna say
a lie.
either that or Hall's Breeze or something, man.
or go for the actual Mucinex and not the store brand.
Let's see.
While we have time, probably give a shout-out to Shanna Schmidt and the Rock Creek journalism class once again for helping us out this year. I believe we got Dylan Nelson and Nate Bortnick running the cameras.
Davis pick it up near his own end zone. Brought down by number 29 and number 3 of the Mustangs. That's Landon Snyder and Zion Bell.
Yeah, I was talking to Coach Sieben before the game, kind of trying to get an insight on what he thought strength of schedule-wise, what it might look like this year compared to last year. And, really couldn't get a good idea about it. Just kind of waiting for week 1 scores, kind of see how things go. With the 2 different non-conference games they got this year with Bishop Ward and Bonner Springs, and then having to move to the NCKL. Seeing what Abilene did tonight, what Chapman's done tonight, some of those others, get a kind of better idea of where they sit.
Right. And, I mean, we've touched on it countless times here on Backwards Broadcasting, but just the division that the Mustangs are in, not only the NCKL, but regional and, the path to the state tournament this year for football. It's always going to be a gauntlet. I mean,
Yeah, it really is. I mean, and it's not any better if you bump up to 4A. I mean, Bishop Miege has kind of ran 4A for a long, long time. They didn't last year. They got knocked out. But, yeah, I mean, the 3A state championship on the east end of football is going through the Wichita greater area at some point, whether it's Wichita Collegiate, Andale, Cheney, whatever it may be. I really think that those are probably the 3 schools you're really looking at in the east side that probably have the favor right now.
Oh, for sure. And, 3A's packed, but, I mean, you look at all of the divisions of football here in Kansas, and every division has really some powerhouse teams and some sleeper teams. And I really think that, the Mustangs have kind of been that sleeper team here in 3A. I think they just got to put the pieces together and, like I said, get over kind of that postseason hump.
Yeah.
Which, they had a chance last year. They ran into the Stoic Andale, and really Mustangs kind of came out of that game with the momentum. I mean, kind of shocked Andale. I mean, they really, besides Cheney, didn't really have anybody that could hang with them. I mean, they hung with them that whole first quarter and halfway through the second quarter as well.
Well, you know what was weird about the Andale-Cheney games is both times Andale was in complete control.
Right.
I think they had a 20-point lead in the first half. The first time they played, ended up losing in overtime. I think they had a 24-point lead in the semifinal in the first half, ended up losing. And then shockingly enough, you talk about Andale and Cheney beating them and beating their win streak. Come to the end of the day, the closest game that they had all year was Clay Center. It took a last-second field goal to beat Clay Center in order to get to that Andale game in the quarterfinals. So Mustangs may have a chance of being that team like Clay Center, to be kind of that sleeper that can run deep and can give somebody more than what they really want to bargain for.
Jefferson trying to make the most of the low snap there. They're going to rule him down.
Yeah, they're going to give a grounding penalty there. I actually thought he might be down before he released the ball, but guess we'll just add a little insult there and give him a half a distance penalty on the grounding. And that's going to be declined. Turnover on downs to the Mustangs. So Mustangs will take over on about the, looks like the 8-yard line of the Cyclones.
Some more final scores for you. Liberals 70, Wichita 6, Osage City 41, Olpe 0, Phillipsburg 14, Plainville 0, Sabetha 7, Holton 6. Closely contested matchup there. Marion 46, Harrington 20, Pratt 24, Hoisington 3, Norton 55, Oakley 8, Conway Springs 42, Nickerson 0, TMP 7, Russell 6, Hoxie 20, Osborne 14.
Go ahead and finish that score. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, as Mustangs putting up 63, we haven't got around to the trivia. I think it seems like an appropriate time to talk about the particular trivia question we have for tonight. So see if we can get to that right quick before we run out of time. The shortstop bandit brain teaser.
Oh, yeah. I should probably check my phone. Cody texted me asking me about the.
What team holds the record for the most points scored in a single season in Kansas high school football? So Mustangs off to a good start here this year with 63 in game 1. So we're going to do the shortstop bandit brain teaser a little bit different this year. We've taken away the multiple guess question.
So really got to hone in on your trivia.
Really got to think about it.
Well, there goes my perfect record for Brandon Brain Teaser.
Absolutely, and you even had the paper in front of you all night. Didn't know it.
Yep.
So we'll see if there's any guesses out there. Well, we have 1:22 left to go in the game.
The most points?
Most points scored in a single season by a high school football team. Kansas high school football team.
It's going to be some astronomically high number, I feel like.
It's a pretty astronomically high number by a very, very good team that we've talked about before in the past.
Oh, I'm going to get. Oh, okay. I know. I'm ready.
All right.
I'm going to say it's.
Answer right after this play.
Yeah. Low snap for Rosa. Keep it. Tackled by Swirl of Cyclones.
So in 2007, Allen, you nailed it. Smith Center.
That's what I was going to guess. I was going to guess Smith Center.
Smith Center, 2007, put up 844 points in a single regular season. 13 games. Not regular season. 13-game season, playoffs included. Sorry.
That's – all right, let me get the good old calculator here.
Yeah. Good job, Allen. Smith Center, yeah, we've talked about them in the past. They actually hold the –
64 points a game.
64 points a game.
65 if you want to round up.
The Mustangs are 1 point off the average right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive because, I mean, even if you think about it, like a normal team that they probably put up at the most 30.
Yeah.
That's still a 30-point win.
Yeah.
That's basketball. That's a basketball average.
Yeah. So Smith Center 2007, 844 total points on the season. I believe that was a run of one of their 3 or 4 or 5 in a row. They actually hold the Kansas record I think we said that last year for most consecutive wins. I think it's 77, something like that. Ridiculous record there put up by Coach Roger Barta, Smith Center out in western Kansas, very close to my alma mater. But Mustangs 1 point off the average they need to tie or beat that record, winning tonight 64-7 over the Bishop Ward Cyclones.
That'll probably be a record that'll be up there for a while.
Yeah, that one will probably be up there for a while. Mostly because of the running clock and mercy rules and stuff that they have anymore that they didn't exist for that level in 2007.
Right. Yeah.
I know when I played, it was 45. Once you're up by 45, that was the end of the game.
Right.
So,
yeah.
I guess if somebody still could win 100-60.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not out of the question. I think, I think it was your first year on Backroads when I think Andel put up 80.
Yeah.
It's like the first or second week. So it's definitely not out of the question. I mean, when you just have a night like tonight, I mean, the Mustangs had it here. I mean, they capitalized not only in the red zone, but just on all of their offensive drives. And then even then, their defense was catapulting them into great field position. I mean, they, had some lapses in the secondary for fourth down gains for the Cyclones. But other than that, I mean, really just a well-rounded effort from the Mustangs here this evening.
Yeah, I think you got to be happy. Defense had created 7 turnovers, according to my records, 2 pick sixes. Offense was basically, I won't say firing all cylinders, but
right.
It's hard to say that the offense wasn't doing well when the offense puts up 50 points.
Exactly.
So good home opener by the Mustangs. We'll kind of wait and see what the rest of the 3A football looks like, how it's going to shape out. But, big test next week as the Mustangs are on the road at Wamego, so their first NCKL game.
Oh, yeah.
Going to be
the stoic rivalry is ignited once again. I don't know if Wamego still does this. When I was in school, it was always the first game on our schedule, and they had Creek Week.
Yeah.
That is what they called it before they played us. So I know that game will be a big turnout. I mean, it's literally in the backyard.
Is there a name for this rivalry?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. We'll have to think of something.
We'll have to think of a name now that's going to be renewed, and they're in the same conference and most likely playing once a year in football, twice a year in basketball, seeing each other in baseball. So, yeah, I think it will be a really, really good rivalry. I think it'll be a good move for the Mustangs, the NCKL. It's going to be some good competition.
Definitely.
Some good teams that we've been seeing.
I mean, even when they were in the Mid-East League, they were still playing NCKL teams on their schedule, more so as an exhibition. But it was the right move. I mean, Rock Creek's, grown quite a bit since I was in high school, too. So,
yeah, Alan says it's a backyard brawl. I've heard the backyard brawl
good.
before. I've heard several backyard brawls. I didn't know if that was specific to this, but
yeah.
Anyway, so Mustangs again winning 63-7 tonight over the Bishop Ward Cyclones. Backroads Broadcasting. We'll be on the road next week in Wamego, providing a broadcast there for all you folks that are listening here at Backroads Broadcasting. We'll get our technical issues figured out. Hopefully my cough will be gone by next week. I won't need the button near as much or the meds. We'll kind of get things flowing again. We can pick up the conversation about football movies again then at that point in time.
Yeah, there we go.
A lull, but
maybe interview a lucky fan, see what their favorite football movie is.
We will be bringing a new segment next week. We'll have a student on talking about the project they're working on. So working on new things. Again, we want to thank Shanna Schmidt and the Rock Creek journalism team, Nick Mortnick and Dylan Nelson running our cameras tonight, Cody Roach, Cody Lyman on their productions, Evan Williams up on the big camera. We'll get a new camera lens with widescreen next week. But thank you all for tuning in. Week 1 in the books. We'll get better and better at this here, Backroads.
Looking forward to week 2. But thank you guys for tuning in this evening. We'll see you next week.
I'm Judd McCormick.
I'm Isaiah Dobbins. We got to go for now, but we'll BRB.